All right. Well, we are going to get started. Okay. So I'm here with my sister, Caitlin. She is an essential oil.
I like them.
She likes them, so she sells them. You know how those companies kind of work. So I'm still like a total virgin on essential oils, but it's something that I really want to learn more about. But I keep forgetting to ask her. So, and then she comes to my events to like talk to my clients, but then I don't get to talk to her about it. So she's doing the little webinar tonight, and a lot of times at my events, people ask her about sexy use for them. Because moms be needing a little bit of sexy up in their lives. So we came up with this topic. We'll do a Q&A. You can ask about all sorts of essential oil questions, but we thought this would be kind of a fun place to start. All right, take it away.
So yeah, I'm Caitlin. I'm not here to sell oils. If you're interested, feel free to message me afterwards. I mostly only sell them because I get a discount, and so I just buy them for myself at the discount. Because I love
She buys them for me.
I do, yeah. I'll buy them for my sister. I'll buy them for everybody I know because I love them so much. But if you're interested in that aspect, totally let me know. But I'm not here to do that today. I also want to say I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I'm just really enthusiastic. I found that oils have been really helpful in my everyday life, and I really try to eat really clean because I have autoimmune disease. And so as I started to like look more into like clean living, I found that oils were a really helpful way to clean up like, my cleaning products and, like my toothpaste and things like that, where it just had a lot of extra stuff that I didn't need, especially because my body's really sensitive. And so I found that a lot of the products that I was using, I wasn't breaking out as much. It helped with my digestive issues, and so I just started kind of getting more and more into it. I use Young Living oils. If you're gonna get into oils, I highly recommend finding a company that you like that sells therapeutic grade, because it's the highest grade. It's gonna be the most pure, and it should be 100% therapeutic. Young Living is all 100% therapeutic, and those are the ones I'll show you today. But you can get these from other companies. That's just the one that I like. And I haven't had any reactions to them, and I'm pretty sensitive to things. The only thing I react to is grapefruit. And so I react to that oil, but I react to it in real life too. So it's the only thing. And what else? So yeah, use high quality ones. People have told me they bought them at like TJ Maxx. I don't recommend it. I don't know what's in there, right? You don't know what else they've added in there, and that could be, you could react to that. And then definitely do your research before using things. There are certain oils that like you don't want to use on your skin. There are certain oils that you only want to use aromatically. So just make sure you do your research. And if you have like medical issues, obviously talk to your doctor. And then you can also spot test. So if you're unsure, if you know that you have sensitive skin, you can always do a little spot test, just like you do on your furniture, and see if you react. So that's just my little spiel on like making sure that you're safe. So the first thing that is important to me about feeling good, right? If I have a shitty day and I go into the bedroom, I'm not feeling sexy. I don't know about you guys, but like if like my students, because I'm a teacher, if my students were like real jerks and like I'm really tired and I didn't have coffee and all those things add up, or my boss yelled at me, whatever it is, I don't feel sexy. And I'm not ready to like get in bed with my husband. So a big part for me is making sure that I feel good during the day, and a couple of things that I love to use. So the first one is called Stress Away. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's backwards. So this is a roll-on, which I absolutely love.
It's actually not showing backwards to us. It's showing the right way.
Perfect. So this is Stress Away. If you want to smell it, this is everybody who I have met.
It smells like a creamsicle.
Yeah, it's like everybody's favorite oil. It smells amazing.
A little licorice.
I wear it like perfume. I put it on multiple times a day. I do this. My kids are always like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm calming down."
Very Catherine Gallop.
Exactly. But I wear like perfume. I try to stay away from perfumes too, because my mom tells me that they're not good for you. She's obsessed.
Like the only thing she hears.
It's the only thing. So I wear as a perfume. It has like lime, vanilla, copaiba, lavender, and then aqua and cedarwood, which are a little less well known. But the lime and vanilla is what gives you the like creamsicle feeling.
Yeah.
It helps reduce mental rigidity and it restores equilibrium. So it helps you feel a little bit more balanced. And it can induce relaxation, as you can probably tell by the name. And then you can use it topically or you can diffuse it. I have multiple diffusers in my home. And so depending on my mood, I'll like fill them up and diffuse them. Yeah, they're awesome. I have to say the ones I got off of Amazon after I accidentally tripped on my good one are not as good.
Okay.
The one that I got from Young Living, and I'm not just saying this to sell it because I don't care if you buy it, but it was such like it really like infiltrated the room, and I feel like the ones on Amazon are like not as good.
Okay.
So get a good quality one so you don't waste your oils. Anyway, so Stress Away is one of the ones that I use all the time during the day to make myself feel better during the day. The other one, and I'll tell you a little bit story about, this is my favorite one. This is called Ylang Ylang. I don't actually know how to say it. That's just how I say it.
I like that one.
It's kind of got a funny smell, but I love it now.
Somebody used it when I was getting a massage and aromatherapy massage. You guys use that?
They might have, yeah. So it's popular in luxurious perfumes and skincare, and it's known for its nourishing and rich romantic scent. It's really awesome if you pair. I pair it with frankincense, which is another one that I love, and it helps.
It smells like sarsaparilla.
Sure. So I mix it with frankincense and a hint of baby diapers. And both of them are really good for like uplifting moods. And so my story with Ylang Ylang,
Eucalyptus-y kind of.
Sure.
Yeah. Just trying to get it.
Yeah, no, that's helpful.
Let you guys know what I'm smelling.
Yeah, the frankincense one is a little bit earthy. And Ylang Ylang to me is a little bit more, there's like a little bit of citrus in it.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like a flower, right? So it's floral. So I started diffusing Ylang Ylang and frankincense in my home when my niece came to live with us. She was 14. And so we fostered her for about a year. I started diffusing it like crazy. I had it going in her room. I had it going in our room. I had it in the living room because my friend who taught me about oils was like, Ylang Ylang, it's the one you need, because we were all super depressed. She's got a lot of like mental health issues. And so she's got a lot of depression, anxiety. So I was like diffusing. And meanwhile, my husband and I are having sex every night, which like, we haven't been married that long, but like we've been together for 8 years. So like, we don't generally have sex every night. So we were like, this is strange. Like maybe it's being parents. I don't know.
No.
That's what she said.
It's not.
And
you do it every day.
and so I was talking to my friend about it, and she was like, "Oh, it's the Ylang Ylang." I was like, I had no idea. So apparently, Ylang Ylang, I mean, along with helping uplift the mood, which helps you feel sexier generally. I mean, when I'm sad, I don't really feel sexy. It helps boost libido, or well, it can help boost libido, make you feel more ready in the bedroom.
Okay.
It's also,
Smell it again.
traditionally, the flower is traditionally scattered over the beds of newlyweds in Indonesia. So clearly other people knew about this before us dumb Americans figured it out. So I like it. And then my other good friend is trying to get pregnant, and she's been diffusing it. And she said she had to stop diffusing it because she was going crazy and her husband wasn't. So she was like, I can't do it because I just go nuts. So she had to stop.
That's funny.
But I'll show you if you have that issue, I have some options. So yeah, that's my experience with Ylang Ylang. The other thing is it can help lower blood pressure. Sorry, I'm taking my notes so I don't forget things. It can help lower blood pressure, which also can contribute to feeling more relaxed and ready
to go.
Yeah, whatever. All right. So then the next portion of this is like actually in the bedroom. So those are a lot of things to kind of help you get ready during the day. Ylang ylang you can certainly use in the bedroom. But the one, I actually don't have this one. But this is a book that I really love and that a lot of my information is from. I also follow her on Facebook, so you can check out her Facebook groups if you're interested. Lucy Libido is awesome. And then she also just came out with a sister book, which is, what is it? Betsy Bosom. I'm trying to read it backwards. Betsy Bosom's baby book. And this also has, if you're interested in oils for getting pregnant too, this has a lot of really, it's not going to make you get pregnant, but things to help with that experience, which I know nothing about. So one of the things that Lucy Libido loves is cypress, and I think that's the only one today that I don't have. And she calls it the Thigh Master. It's really great for both men and women, and it helps stimulate blood flow, which is really important when you're getting ready to enjoy time with your partner or by yourself, right?
You need the blood flow.
Right, you need the blood flow. Definitely he needs the blood flowing. It helps if we have the blood flowing. And the other thing, this is getting a little bit down and dirty, but
let's do it.
The other thing with blood flow is that it helps. I'm probably not explaining this correctly. If anybody's a scientist, I'm sorry. But the more blood flow you have, the more pushed forward the clitoris is, and so the easier it is to find and use. So right, important things for us women.
Okay.
So cypress, it helps with blood flow and circulation, and it can help him be a little bit more ready for you if your partner is a man. It's really great. They call it the Thigh Master because she suggests rubbing it on the inner thighs. So that's cypress. Now back to ones that I have. Sensation. Where is it? This is the one that I have. That it's a little bottle, but you don't need that much. So Sensation is this is for when you're in it, when you're doing it, you're ready to go.
And do I want to be touching this bottle?
It's fine. It's very similar to Joy, which is another blend. So they're both blends.
So they're a little oily, but they're not it's not like a lubricant.
No
quality.
No, we'll talk about that in a minute.
They smell kind of similar.
Yeah. So the only difference I think is that Joy has geranium and Sensation does not, but they're very, very similar.
And they both make you sensate?
Yeah. So Joy is a little bit more for uplifting. So that's another one kind of like ylang ylang or stress away that you might use during the day.
Okay.
You can certainly use it at night too. But Sensation is named that for a reason.
I just wanted to feel it.
You can just rub it into your skin.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
Just rub it in. Rub it anywhere. Rub it on your thighs.
I know. Dan's out of town.
So it has ylang ylang, it has jasmine and rosewood, and it can be uplifting and opening, which is also important. And
I like it.
It can, because it's uplifting, it can help sometimes shed all that outside stuff, like my students not listening to me, or your boss yelling at you, or whatever it is. It can help you kind of shed that stuff when you get into the bedroom. And you can, a lot of times it's used aromatically to kind of set the tone in the bedroom, so that when your partner walks in, they're like, oh, I see what time it is, right?
Okay.
And you can
smell a little Joy,
right? You can use it on your inner thighs, or you can also use it. I don't know. I was trying to do some research on why this is, but on the edge of the ears. I assume that has something to do with why you put perfume behind your ears, but I'm not sure. I didn't get that far. You can put it in the back of the neck or the cleavage.
Perfume behind your ears?
Yeah, isn't that a thing? I've always done that. Do you put perfume behind your ears?
Perfume behind your ears is supposed to be because it's like a pulse point.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh. So it's warm, it gives off. Okay. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Lots of other stuff too.
So yeah, you can use it, and then you can also dilute it and use it like if you dilute it with like a nice oil that's good for lubricant. So there's certain ones. There's like a V8 oil that's good that you can use as a lubricant. If you like are okay with it, you can use like a grapeseed oil or something like that. You can use it around, or you can use it actually on, your lady bits.
Which one's that?
That is Sensation.
Okay.
What else? Okay, so then moving on to, I just have 2 more, and then we'll open it up for discussion.
This is my favorite.
I just get really excited. Sorry. So this is,
It's my sister. I mean, what are you gonna do,
This is goldenrod.
right? I mean, come on.
so you can probably guess what it's for.
The goldenrod.
It's for the goldenrod.
Oh, I don't like the smell.
Smell. But generally, you're not going to be worried about the smell.
Because they don't taste good. Like, we're not going down there.
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't with goldenrod.
No. So you would use it if you're not doing that.
Yeah, or maybe after. So goldenrod is often used if it's another one that like helps with blood flow for the male partner.
Okay.
So if you're having trouble or you just want a little extra in that area, a little extra blood flow, that's when you would use it.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean you could. So all of our oils are, like I said, 100% therapeutic grade. All the Young Living oils. There's a whole set. These are the Vitality line. They have like a different bottle. This one's lavender.
That are actually FDA approved for like ingestion. This is
So if you wanted ones that you could ingest, you can do the FDA, the Vitality line. But goldenrod, I don't think has a Vitality line.
I mean, I don't feel it. There's a reason to.
But you can dilute it with, like I said, any carrier oil, and that'll help with the smell. Like it doesn't have to be so pungent.
What's a carrier oil?
A carrier oil, it's so it's like grapeseed oil or like castor oil is like a little, it's super thick, but it's another oil. So like you could even use like avocado oil or olive oil, right? You could use those as a carrier oil, and that just means it's not directly, like you're not putting it directly on you. It has a little buffer.
Okay.
So that's like if you use any of the oils with kids, you want to make sure that they're diluted with another oil, because they don't, they're not like their oil. So if you put them in water, it's not gonna dilute it really.
Right.
Science.
You know
Science. So I won't talk too much about goldenrod, but it was found to help improve circulation and also aid the urinary tract, so that's good to know. And then the University of Montreal found it also helped bring blood flow to men who had trouble with circulation in certain areas. So that's why goldenrod became very popular. Can be used topically on his male bits or his inner thighs. And where is she? Lucy Libido says that her man uses it in a capsule. So he puts it in a little vegetable capsule and takes it like a pill, kind of like a Viagra, but not a Viagra because it's oils. So then the last one I wanted to talk about, which actually I meant to grab from my husband, but we're staying at my brother's house.
I was going to say he just carries it around.
So they have another oil called Shutran. Shutran. It's an oil blend, and it was the first oil blend, at least from Young Living, that was meant for women to smell. So for men to wear and it to attract women. I suppose women could wear it also to attract women, but it does help boost testosterone. So I think it's definitely more geared towards men. And the smell, they researched how to attract ladies. So it's like pheromones kind of. And so on the website, it said, I'll quote it. The website says, just a few drops throughout the day will help with an impossible workday or the pursuits of a special evening. So it has a lot of Idaho blue spruce, which is another one kind of like goldenrod. I don't have the Idaho blue spruce. I'm just pulling up goldenrod. But it's another one that helps promote circulation and blood flow. Definitely mostly geared towards men, although most of these can be used for men and women. And so the Shutrin has a lot of Idaho Blue Spruce, which helps with that. It can be applied topically, just like all the other ones, inner thighs or straight on. I think Shutrin smells really good. So if you were looking for an alternative, if you didn't like the goldenrod smell, you could definitely use Shutrin. I think smells a lot better. It was marketed as a cologne, so it's supposed to smell good. And you could also put it on forearms, which is interesting. And then some ladies found it useful, but not like during the day like men did. It was more like right before. So that's one testament. And then there's a bunch of Shutrin products. So like my husband uses the what's it called? Aftershave. After the shave.
After the shave?
Yeah. And he has really sensitive skin, and it's like the only thing we found that actually doesn't make him break out. We can also turn the thing. I can also turn on the air conditioning. Anyway, so you can get Shutrin products that are so it's not just the oil. If you're interested in like shaving cream, he didn't like shaving cream, but he likes the aftershave and lots of other stuff like that. So
I think your husband smells nice. I mean, no, after he works out, but
no.
But
I like the Shutrin. Yeah,
cool.
So those are like the like big ones for me. I didn't want to like talk your ear off for too long, but hopefully gives you like a little overview. And if you have any questions, if you want to talk about sexy oils, we can do that, or if you like other ones, or if you want to talk about other oils, we can do that, or you can just tell me about your lives and your days.
Well, I actually had an oils question.
Yes. Yeah.
So, like I understand the whole process of, having them. I mean, I used the lavender oil actually during my delivery. It was very helpful, actually. But as far as like knowing which ones to use to like diffuse in your home, I mean, do you want like the therapeutic grade for that? Or, I mean, how do you know which ones are the right ones to use? Because, I mean, there's 10,000 of them out there.
Yeah. So, so you can certainly diffuse the cheaper ones. I mean, I definitely like I've been gifted a lot of other brand ones, and I'll use them. The main things that I notice is the cheaper ones. When I diffuse them, it's like the smell isn't as strong, and I'm somebody who's like, if I'm going through the effort of diffusing something, I want to smell it. So I've noticed that, and then the other thing is just thinking about like if I'm trying to clean up like my environment, right? I'm using the oils. I'm, trying to get cleaner products in my home. For me, it makes more sense to have the stuff that I'm breathing in also be as clean as I can get it. But it just depends on your personal preference, right? If you're like, I don't really care, like.
Well, I mean, but like, are the therapeutic ones kind of? I mean, are they more concentrated? Is that part of what makes it therapeutic grade?
Yeah, so a lot of it is the purity, right? So I'll talk about Young Living just because I know it, because it's the company that I use. But they have their own farms, and so they're really strict about how they develop, like how they create their concentrates and their oils, and they don't have any additives. But you don't necessarily know that in other ones because these are not really FDA controlled. If you just pick up any oil off the shelf, they don't necessarily have to tell you what's in it. So they could put whatever and you wouldn't necessarily know. These guys, like I said, they do have a relationship with the FDA. While most of their stuff is not necessarily FDA approved for ingestion, they're like, they're clearly working towards that in FDA and then have a good relationship. And, if nothing else, that the Vitality ones are FDA approved, if that means anything to you. But yeah, I would say usually more concentrated, less additives. And I think even diffusing it, you're going to get those benefits versus like, if I just want my house, like if I just want the smell, right, then a cheaper version is fine. But if I also want the added benefits of like, right, exactly, stress reduction or whatever, whatever I'm going for, then the therapeutic grade is going to be more, is going to help more with that.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is to think about like when you're just selecting what what flavors is you just decide what smells good to you, but then also if you want, like what you're going for. Like, do I want a calmer environment? Do I want people to be hungry when they enter the kitchen? Do I want people to feel safe and relaxed in my living room? So also thinking about like what you're trying to get across with the scent. Like for me, I don't know that much. I just like nice smells. I've heard that candles are not like the best scented candles, not with essential oils, but just like your average scented candles. I kind of love them, but I've heard that they're not great for you. And so for me, it's kind of more about finding a smell that I love that makes me just like feel relaxed and good versus looking for like the technical ones that make somebody feel relaxed and good. Because like lavender to me can be really overpowering and kind of hard to smell a lot. So, I prefer maybe a more, tropical scent or maybe more citrusy one. And then just like exploring what is nice to your notes.
When I had a massage in Vegas, actually, where the lady was like, I have some oil blends. I'm going to put 2 on your hand. Like, tell me a little bit what you want out of our massage today. And I'm going to put 2 on your hands and smell them. And the one that like speaks to you most is the one that you probably need. So I think that's probably true too, is that that like you maybe don't need the lavender, but there's something about the citrus that like your body craves. Right. Like who knows?
I need more energy.
So, I mean, that was just what one masseuse said to me, but I thought it was really interesting.
No, that is interesting.
Kind of like food cravings.
Mm-hmm. I need salt all the time.
Lacking minerals. Certain ones. I don't know which. Any other questions?
That was the main one I had, because I like I said, it's kind of overwhelming because there's a lot of them on the market now.
That's exactly why I don't do it either, because every time I go to like TJ Maxx or somewhere, there's like this whole
wall.
Yeah, and I'm like, that looks great, but I know if I buy it, I'll never use it because it's just like I don't get it. Our video, I only use the free version.
Yeah, we're
gonna kick us off soon. But I get overwhelmed too, so that's kind of why I haven't really started. Yeah. I still have my scented candles, which I think one day I need to just go through my house and throw away all 11,000 of them.
So I mean,
and you can put them in candles.
You can make I made my own candles. I made my own citronella candles last year. And then you know what's in them.
Yeah.
I don't like candles. I just put them around my house because they smell good. And I never light them. Sit there.
But as far as like researching companies, so Young Living and doTERRA are 2 of the like biggest ones, and they're both MLM, which like it's not like I didn't get into this because I was like, I'm gonna like make a lot of money from home, like I really like I think Young Living has really like it's a very moral company, which I like, and I know that their products are good and healthy and safe. doTERRA broke off from Young Living, I think 5 or 10 years ago, something like that. So a lot of the same people, a lot of the same policies. They're just a little younger, I think. But other than that, I don't know much about the company. And then other than that, there's not a lot of other like bigger therapeutic grade companies. There are other ones out there, but those are kind of the 2 big ones. So if you wanted to start there and kind of look into their policies, they have a lot of information online. But yeah, the other ones, it's like you just don't know. And a lot of times they're smaller, and so that means they're like outsourcing a lot of their stuff, which can be fine. But I think the ones that have their own farms, I think like they're able to control quality a lot better. But it's overwhelming. That's why it's like I went to my friend and I was like, just tell me what I need to know.
Sure.
A lot of research.
I'm just gonna do a little selfie here.
What do the diffusers look like that you use?
Here, I'll show you this one. There was like a cute wood looking one that I really wanted on Amazon, but only because it looked like kind of cute and like Art Deco, which goes with my style.
This one's full, so I'm trying to be careful. This is the one I got. It's fine. It'll do the job.
That's
Mhm.
the Amazon one?
Yeah, this is on Amazon. It's fine. There's a little spout up here. You take, so when you get them, they generally have here. I wonder if I can like turn this down. So they have this little like well where you put water and a couple of drops of oils. And the nice thing with, at least with my oils, is they're like, I don't have to put that many. I can put like 5-10 drops and it's enough, even for a big diffuser like this.
Mhm.
And then you turn on the diffuser, and a lot of them have like a light option, so they can do like weird little hippie lights.
I'm gonna have to pop off because I have to call my mom before she goes to bed, and she's on the East Coast. But if I have more questions, I'm gonna contact you, Shannon, because I'm sure you can put me in touch with your lovely sister, right?
Well,
All right. Thanks so much.
thanks, Jessica.
Hi.
All right. See you later.
Questions before we go? Karen?
No, but I think that those are all awesome.
Very
How much do they cost? The little bottles.
It depends. Some of them are kind of pricey.
How much is goldenrod?
And Elang.
Yes, I want that one too. I'm covered in it. I'm gonna go.
Nice.
My kids are probably sleeping in my bed right now.
All right, I have to look it up because I don't keep track of anything.
How about Caitlin will list some pricing in the
Yeah, I can do that.
group channel on Facebook.
Okay.
So why don't you just post like some information on like just
And also, I'll be honest that I feel like my husband will be like, "What are you doing? Why does our whole house smell weird?" I don't know.
I feel the same.
But they also might not notice.
Yeah.
Dan, I feel like will definitely have something to say if we're like getting pissy, and then I just whip out like I try sprinkling some stuff on him.
I definitely vote for consent. Like, I don't know if you want to spring this on somebody, but when I went to Rob, I was like, let's just try this. Like, let's just see, because especially after the Elaine thing, I was like, I mean, I didn't even know that was going to happen. So he was like, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how it happened with Elaine.
He's already in. He's like, yeah, I like that stuff.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's something you want to have a conversation, and it could be like, oh, let's try this fun thing. The other thing is like, if you make, there are like recipes so you can make your own lube. And then if you're like, it's just a lube, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then it's not quite as weird.
Yeah.
Can this go inside? Like, do we have to worry about like yeast infections or anything?
I mean, you can spot check for sure, but like I said, I am so sensitive to everything in it, like anything, and I did not react to any of these.
And okay,
Just
weird
don't-
question,
just
just sister to
grapefruit.
sister. But do you feel a difference?
With sensation?
Yeah.
I did, but I didn't use that much. So like, I felt a slight, like I definitely felt more blood flow. But I was really nervous, so I like put it in a bunch of oil. Like I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So like, and I never really like changed it, so I just have like my little like lube thing that has like a couple drops in it. And like I said, I definitely noticed increased blood flow, but I don't think I put enough on to notice like better orgasms or anything like that. Like I think I would have to do more experimenting.
Oh, I thought this was lube. I was like, do we also have lube here?
No.
Hand sandwich. All right.
Yeah, don't use that.
No. They all like kind of look the same. These little clear bottles. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband will never know the difference.
Not exactly. I mean, I don't know. My husband thinks like a lot of things that I like to do, like eat organic. Well, he's pretty on board with eating organic, but like sometimes he just thinks some of my choices are like when I'm not just like all Western medicine about things. It's like thinks I'm into like voodoo witchcraft. And a little reluctant because I feel like this kind of really floats that line in his mind when I'm starting to introduce like oils and scents.
Yeah.
He already thinks I'm crazy enough that I like this idea of like diffusing and just putting and just being like, our room smells bad.
the shoe trend thing, like, I mean, you just find the products that, and you know what, I'm not going to really force him to do it. You know, everything else I'm like, I'll put it on my thighs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't want to use it, it's fine. Right. As long as I'm having a good time, I don't really care.
Girls need to think that way. Okay, we are going to be kicked off of our break.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling in,
Yeah.
Karen.
Yeah, we'll be in touch because I may want to purchase some. So let's connect.
I'll post.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Bye, Karen.
Bye.
All right, and we're stopping. Bye.
Bye.